Good evening, everyone. Hi there. So I'm going to give it a few minutes, right? We'll give it like a couple more minutes for people to come on because I am doing this awesome live meditation charge for the first 7 days of the new year. And this evening, the meditation will actually be a visualization meditation. So, visualization was one of the things that I was most I would say my earliest memories of meditation were the practice of visualization. So this evening I'll be sharing a meditation with you that is using the visualization of a lake, right? To talk about the mind and the human experience, really. So, for those of you just popping on, I am discussing this concept of visualization meditation. And for this evening's meditation, you will be lying flat. So, you can do this meditation. The beauty of visualization is that you can do visualization while seated like we were last night. You can do meditation sitting in a chair. You can do visualization meditation reclining in your bed. You could also do visualization reclined on the floor. So here are a few things that can make you comfortable for this meditation. One of the things that when I personally practice visualization meditation, one of the things that I like to do is make sure that I have something underneath the backs of my legs, especially in a reclined position. And for this meditation, I do want you to try being like in a reclined position. So something underneath the backs of the thighs, something underneath the back of the head. And if you know that you might get a little chilled in your space, you may want something to go over the torso of the body, over the feet, some aspect of yourself that can just give you a little extra comfort. So, I want to take the next minute for you to kind of settle into your meditation space, right? So, I really want you to take the next minute to lie down, making yourself completely comfortable. Remembering here that you could lie down on your bed, on the floor, and maybe putting that pillow or something soft behind the knees or the backs of the thighs. And as I mentioned earlier, maybe having something underneath the back of the head or something over the body if you feel like you might get slightly chilled. We'll be here for a little while. And what's wonderful about a visualization meditation is that you can just really think of yourself as taking the journey, right? So, here in this reclined position, I want you to notice, is there something you could do that would make you 10% more comfortable? Maybe it's simply moving the head left and right, maybe adjusting your hair. If you have on a beanie, sometimes I like to meditate in my beanie cap because it's cozy and warm and it feels lovely. Making those little adjustments to your clothes, making those adjustments to the support beneath you and under you, in the sense of under the legs, covering the feet, whatever it is you need. Take the next 30 seconds. Just allow yourself to get comfortable. And once you have nestled down into that reclined position, now close your eyes. And as you allow your eyes to close, just allow your body to melt into the space underneath. So that could be your bed, could be the floor, could be your recliner. Just allow yourself to melt into that space. And then begin to allow your breath and attention to come together. So you're bringing your attention gently into the body and into the flow of your breath. Begin here, just experiencing the sense of the body as a whole. You're simply lying here, extended and breathing. No effort. And as you feel the layers of the day soften and release, begin to picture in your mind's eye a lake. And perhaps this is a lake that you know well and you frequent, or one that you've seen in a photograph, or perhaps it's even an imaginary lake. There's no right or wrong here. Just visualize the lake. And just seeing if you can bring that image into vivid focus in the mind's eye. Noticing how it's an extended body of water held in a depression in the Earth's surface. Perhaps it's fed by a spring or a stream. And if you watch and observe the lake carefully, you'll notice that it's always changing. And yet it's also always itself. It changes as the sun moves across the sky. The light is reflected off the water in different ways. It changes depending on the weather. Sometimes, on very calm days, the surface might be like glass and reflect everything with great precision that comes by: clouds, birds, the trees, the sun as it makes that journey across the sky. And for that matter, the moon and the stars at night, perhaps you can even see that reflected in the lake. So there are times when the lake is extremely reflective and really, in a way, contains everything that comes by or over it. In different periods of time, the surface might be choppy or roiled, and sometimes quite pronounced in the waves, in which times the light might sparkle off the waves in different ways, like a myriad of jewels. Of course, the lake changes throughout the seasons. In the winter, depending on its location, the lake might be frozen over, at least on the surface. Through day and night, and through the seasons and through the years, the lake is constantly changing, but always is its own essential nature. Let's see if we can invite the lake to become an extension of our body lying here, so that our body becomes like the lake itself. We also feel held and embraced as we lie here, aware of the many ways in which our mind is like the surface of the lake, sometimes highly reflective, sometimes choppy. Getting in touch with the sense of the entirety of the lake, full body of water, not only in the surface, but down below. As we lie here, just experiencing the fullness of our own being, so that even at times when our mind is choppy and upset, or reactive, or dealing with difficult things, we can drop down beneath the surface of our mind's waves and find a stillness and a calmness that's always here. It's always available to us with each moment, with each breath, and certainly when we come to lie down in this way. Lying here under the canopy of our own vast awareness, experiencing the moment to moment changes in the body and sensations, thoughts, feelings, impulses, sounds, and all the while, like the lake, just simply being here, watching the play of the weather of the mind and body. Allowing the awareness to hold it all, moment by moment, breath by breath, in our own fullness, in our own completeness, moment by moment. If you find thoughts on the surface pulling you away, come back to that sensation of being held. Come back to that depth of awareness, that full experience of you. Observing despite the many changes and shifts of time, experience, and beyond, that you are in fact limitless. In this moment, noticing those calm, deep waters, that ease of spaciousness in the mind. We'll be here just a couple more minutes. Staying here in this reclined position, just bring your awareness to your breath. Just noticing, how does the breath feel in the belly? How does the breath feel in the chest? How does the breath feel in the head? And then with these next few breaths, can you notice those three spaces: belly, chest, head? Notice if it feels as though you're breathing into the full container that is your body. Do you notice any emotions? Any particular thoughts associated with this visualization journey? Can you simply observe without attachment, remembering the lake as the changes continue to occur? And just be reflective. From here, take a deep, full breath in through the nose. Feel the belly expand, navel lifts up to the sky. As you exhale, breathe out of the mouth, soft sigh, as you feel the navel sink to the earth. Two more times like this. Big, full breath in, soft sigh. One more time. And then allow yourself to stretch. Maybe it's through the fingertips, maybe it's through the toes. Maybe you reach the arms overhead, rotate the wrists and ankles. And then in this reclined position, bend the knees. Let the knees, as you exhale, drip over toward the left. And as you inhale, bring them up to center. And as you exhale, allow them to drip over toward the other side. Do this a couple more times. The inhalation, always bringing the knees to center. The exhalation, allowing them to go left or right. And as you come back to center, hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then you can stay here on your back, just observing, or you can come up and join me in a comfortable seat. No matter what you've chosen, find that moment where you just close the eyes and remember again that vision of the lake. And know that, like this lake, you too are held. You too are stable. You too are in touch with your essential nature. Despite the changes, the rhythms of life, you reside within your essential nature. Breathe deep into this knowing seated within. And from here, slowly open the eyes. So I hope that you have enjoyed the visualization. Again, this evening we meditated for 14 minutes, and tomorrow we'll go a little bit longer and we'll have a different style of meditation. So this is just visualizing a lake and using that lake as a way to mimic the mind and internalization or depth of self-reflection is really a great way to think about it, right? That body awareness. I'd love for you to comment, let me know what you thought about the visualization, how it felt for you. If you would like a reference book for visualization, one of my absolute all time favorite books, it was the book that I used when I first started practicing visualization, is titled Creative Visualization by Shakti Goin. And it was the first book ever truly written about visualization. And she has some lovely meditations in there and some beautiful practices. So I am so grateful that you keep showing up to meditate, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow at 8 p.m. for another type of meditation. Thank you so much for being here, and so much love, light, and a wonderful, wonderful evening to all of you. Bye, everybody.